everyone. My name is Eden. I'm 23 years old. I live in Ashkelon and I serving in the army.
Hello, my name is Bar. I'm 26 years old. I'm from Yevatim and I'm learning computer science.
Hello everyone, I'm Baromir, I'm 25 from Lod, and I'm learning computer science in HIT.
Hello, my name is Shobal. I'm 24 years old and I learn industry and management. And we are going to talk about a firearm license. A firearm license became a hot topic in the country in the light of the war that befell the state of Israel. Many wanted a firearm license in order to feel safe in the country. In addition, we are military persons, and is a direct connection to a firearm license. That's why we choose to present the presentation on the pros and cons of a firearm license. The firearm license is an official document issued by the government or the local authorities to allow the individual to own and carry a firearm. Each country can define their own conditions and policies of owning a firearm license, so there are differences between countries. Click. In most cases, obtaining a firearm license is a specific application process that includes a candidate examination, like physical and physiological tests, and completing a professional training. This process is designed to ensure that the person applying for the firearm license meets the conditions required for a secure and safe possession of firearms. In order to get a firearm license, it's important to learn and understand the laws and the instructions that referring to the firearms in the country. Where do you plan to keep a firearm? Also, it's important to maintain relevant training and avoid illegal and irresponsible usage of the firearm. Click.
There are many advantages to gun license, but we will focus on four. So let's get started. Responsibility. Control over individual deserve to buy weapons. Think about this. Anyone can buy a weapon. This is be more than just terrorism of distress. That's why it's so important to check background. Training program for weapon owner can future improve responsibility. Proper education on the safe handling, storage, and use contribute to a culture of responsible gun ownership. Security in control, immediate response, and reside the protection in the case of terrorism activity. Um, Having individual with weapons in strategic location can act as an introduction uh, against potential terrorist events. Training responsible gun owners may serve as an immediate response in critical situation and minimize casualting. You need professional help arrives. Peace of mind. In the case of terrorism, you are not without the ability to defend yourself. If there are people with the weapon in the central places, we can provide terrorism activities. This, however, should be balanced with comprehensive tracking and clear indication guidelines to prevent misuse. Ownership. A unique weapon serial number for the weapon enabling direction in the case of the criminal use. Building a smart system of the fire listing and tracking can assist the law enforcement in the recognizing and tracking weapons. Used in criminal activity, this acts as an intimation for a legal firearm deals and ensure overall public safety. The ability of responsible gun owner to report loss of stolen firearms at once can contribute to minimize the likelihood of a weapon falling into the wrong hand. It is important to mention the conversation around personal firearms involve complex considering uh, including balancing individual rights with public safety.
Hi, I'm gonna talk with you about disadvantage. So I have four reasons for disadvantage to the weapons licenses. So let's start. Risk of misuse. The purpose of weapons licenses is to limit the number of people who can operate with them. So if a license is freely given to anyone, it may be more difficult to prevent people who do not deserve it from get weapons and using them to bad purpose, such as a robbery, murder, or terrorism. Illegal trade. Free gun licenses can lead to illegal purchase and trade of weapons. So when people can get weapons illegally, there is a risk that that they will end up in the hands of people who do not rely on the law and will do mostly bad. It's very, very bad for the people who do not get a weapon, because who get a weapons illegally can for a crime or what you think about this, about how to use with the weapons. Click. So the risk of losing weapons that will steal them. If weapons licenses are made available to everyone, there is a greater risk of gun loss or theft. So when gun licenses are open to all, there is a greater risk of firearms being lost or stolen from illegally licensed holders. The weapons may end up hostile hands, or even children who will use it by mistake. Profile of person. Not everyone can handle the stress of owning a firearm. There may be people who are not susceptible to have access to firearm for privacy or psychology reason.
Okay, so in conclusion, following everything the team presented, a gun license has advantages such as the security and the peace of mind. A gun license, a gun license, a gun license, or your ability to own a gun makes you feel more protected and safer. Second, you create a sense of security among those around you and especially in people who feel weak. On the other hand, there are also disadvantages such as criminal circumvention, which means that criminals may purchase firearms illegally, bypassing the licensing process. It is important to recognize that the effectiveness of gun license depends on the broader legal and cultural context, as well as the specifics of the exciting regulatory framework. Public debates surrounding gun ownership often involve balancing individual rights, public safety, and the need for effective regulation. Click.
Click